starting on electrical. Old wiring. I actually had pulled a lot of this out earlier. Wires probably aren't too bad, but they were using a smaller diameter wire. I wanted to go with at least a 14 gauge for all the lights. And this was just not tied up nicely under the trailer anyhow, so I'll just save this for scrap. I'll use it for other projects, or if I need just some thin wire, I'll use that. All right, so getting the wiring put together. I'm using a 7-pin connector from the car, which I still need to install this into the Highlander, but this will plug into a 7-pin connector into the back of the car when I'm done with that. And let's see, this is the original junction box that they had. That's the original junction box that they wired together as best they could to connect the brakes to a 4-pin. But what I learned is by connecting the brakes to a 4-pin, that means your brakes are either on or off. So not a great way to do it. So now with the 7-pin connector, I'll have a little bit more control with the brake and be able to apply brakes at different pressures. So that should be good. All right, so trying to figure out how much extension I need out front, but I've got plenty here. I am temporarily putting the junction box right there with some zip ties. I think that's where I'm going to want it. I'm going to have 2 propane tanks going right here. Still want to be able to access that if I need to, check any wiring as we go along. So I'll see if that's where it's going to go. The other thing I am thinking about is putting it inside the trailer under the bench that sits right here. So I'll see how this all works out. So right now I've got just wiring temporarily zip tied in terms of where I want it to run. I want to run it underneath the flooring, and I will be able to put a panel up under the bottom of this to protect all the wires. I'll probably use a piece of sheet metal to do that. And I've created a split wire in front, and I've got the same thing in the back. I actually need to put it in the cable in the back. I'm going to put this in here so that I can run power to the front running light on the curbside, and then the front running light on the street side. So I installed these little connectors here just to make it easier, so I can mess around with the cable length, and then I'll put another shrink wrap over the connector when I do have that connected. So I'm not messing with twisting wires and trying to use electrical tape. So then I run the cable to the running light up through the frame, and I just drilled a hole down through the skirt board and through the chassis board, so that I'll hide the cable underneath the frame, and then run it up here. I had to drill some holes, and this is where the front running light will be. So that's where my cable comes out, and then I'll be able to just attach it, and that running light will light up. That's the idea. So again, I'm putting on these connectors just to make it easy, so that as I pop this on, I'll put the other end of the connector on that cable, and then I can just attach them really easy. So I'm going to try to get the external wiring done within the next couple of days. It's a lot of crawling under the under the trailer. But once I get that done, then I will try to wire my overhead lights. I have to really think about where I'm going to be putting the shore power. That's the power that you connect externally. And then also got to think about where I'm running the 12 volt from. So I'm trying to think through those things. The short line, the external power will come on this side, but then it's just a matter of where I will put my internal junction box, and then where I'll be wiring out. The internal junction box was under the oven, down under that box. Here's where the water tank will go. So I've got to decide if I want to try to do that, or if I want to relocate that to somewhere else. Okay, so that's the storage of all the siding, and I've got to put connectors on each of those lights so that I can easily power them up. Okay, that's the update for today.